everyone, my name is Richie, welcome back to another video. Today join me at LA Union Station. I'm actually on the Antelope Valley line, but this station is shared across the Antelope Valley and the San Bernardino. And today we're showcasing the brand new Metrolink F59PHR. Ain't it beautiful? A nice strong horn there. Yeah, we're going to give this a little first look today, have a little look at the main menu, tell you what it does, and give it a little bit of a run on probably both routes, both Antelope Valley and the San Bernardino line. Of course, before we jump into the F59PHR, I do want to say a massive thank you to Dovetail Games for providing a game key to show this off to you. I'm quite excited to look at this because I do quite like the Metrolink stuff. It's quite cool. You know, it's a very unique way to sort of experience the American railroads, so a lot of people seem to like it and a lot of people seem to be excited for this one. So yeah, let's jump into what you can do with the Metrolink F59PHR. So I've jumped into the main menu and let's have a little look at what the F59PHR does. So I think this is mainly for the Antelope Valley, so we'll have a look at that first. So if we jump into it, there isn't any more additional services, but if we do jump into the Timetable services, you can see that the F59PHR does all sorts of stuff. I believe it subs in for the F125 in this route, so pretty much it's another way to play the game, another way to play the route. It's kind of an older Loco, isn't it? So, you know, we can do whatever services that we could have done before with a nice new Loco. And as for scenarios, we've got a total of 8, so I think this adds 3 on. So we've got Stuck in LA, there we go, the F236 and the Farewell F59. Because I think the F59 doesn't actually run on this route anymore, or it's just about to be retired from the route or something like that. So got a nice few services there, fair length for a couple of hour ones and a 40-minute long one. So if you're into your scenarios, there you go. And as for the San Bernardino line, which came with the Train 5 core routes, again it subs into the Timetable, both of the timetables. So if we jump into the weekday one, obviously you can see it there, and again it does all sorts of different bits and bobs there. Does pretty much everything you can do in the MP36 and the F125. So that's a brief little look at what the F59PHR brings to these routes. Obviously we'll have a little look at the actual Loco itself, which has been fully sourced on site. I believe Dovetail did go across to LA and actually get some sound recordings from the Loco itself, which is quite cool. So let's jump into this and do a short service. We'll do like one station. I think we'll do LA Union to maybe the first station, which is Glendale, which is about 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll do that and then we'll do the same sort of length run on the San Bernardino line. So let's jump into it. Right then, here we go. I've jumped into AV213 LA Union to Lancaster. Let's get ourselves started and get this this thing set up, shall we? So first things first, let's unlock the doors. Obviously that's a good start. Let's put that into forwards. A lot of people say to me, why don't you just do the tutorials instead of just guessing? Well, I just like to pick it up, jump in and hope for the best, because, you know, I've played this game for about 6 years or so and I kind of have a basic idea of how to set a train up, and sometimes if I don't know what I'm doing, it can create a good bit of content, because sometimes I'm sat here scratching my head being very confused. Anyway, with that said, we need to put that into passenger because that's what American Locos do, and we also need to put that into initial just because I know that's a brake, so, and that's all released, that's all fine. What about the lights? The lights are here, put that into bright, cool, and also what about the generator field and such? That's all on by default. Lovely stuff. Right, we've got 10 seconds before we can go. Right then, we can go. Let's lock the doors and get going. I'll let you listen to this wonderful thing departing. Off we go. Just waiting for the doors to shut. Right, doors are locked. Full beans. Full beans. There you go. I'll let you listen to it departing. Oh, it sounds meaty. It sounds beautiful, that, doesn't it? Very nice. Right, let's take the throttle off because we've got a red at the end of the station, so maybe we should probably not be going anywhere just yet. I think we've got to wait for something to come in, I would imagine. So let's get the brakes in. Let's actually stop and wait for something to come in, because sometimes you've got to wait for a service to come in, because obviously San Bernardino line and the Antelope Valley lines are both single track, so you've got to wait sometimes. Right, are we waiting for something? Let's have a little look. What we're waiting for. So there's yellows that way, so there's something that must be coming down this way. Let's have a little look. Can we see anything? Ah, there we go. So we've got to wait for that to come in before we can go anywhere, because I think that'll obviously cross our path at some point. So we'll just have to wait for that for a couple of minutes. Whilst we wait for that, actually, should we have a little fly around LA Union? Yeah, let's do it. So obviously, if none of you have seen this route before, this is the Antelope Valley, but also the start point for the San Bernardino line, which came as part of Train 5's core routes. This is LA Union, very nice looking, and also if you look over there, you've got the wonderful Los Angeles skyline. It's a very cool little station here, actually. From what I've read, I think this station's quite famous because it's been used for a lot of filming locations. So yeah, this is very nice. I'll also show you the map very quickly because obviously, if you want to see what this route's all about and you want to get this route to obviously utilise the F59, then I'll show you what it's all about. So if I zoom right out, this is the Antelope Valley. This is a very, very long route. I think it's about 80 miles long or something stupid like that. So you start down here at LA Union, you head up this way, up towards Glendale, which is where we'll be going to today. You then carry on north up here and then it becomes really twisty-turny. It becomes a bit like a freight route up here. It's quite weird. It's a bit like a mountain pass sort of thing up here. And then you keep going and then you end up in Lancaster up here. So it's quite a varied route because down here it's a bit like a commuter sort of line. And then you're in like this twisty-turny section. It's quite unique. Right, there's that train which is coming round the bend now. So maybe we should be able to go any minute now. I can see it just veering around the corner now. Yeah, there you go. You can see it's crossing our path. That's why we've had to wait. Because obviously it's pointless us going if there's something coming back the other way. Quite interesting as well because obviously we've got a couple of the F125s. So when we jump into the San Bernardino line, you will see the F125s, the MP36s, and obviously now the F59. Right, cool. We've got the go-ahead. Let's go. Let's go. Up to 12 mile an hour. It's a bit of a slow crawl out of LA Union, which is very prototypical of American routes because they're all quite slow crawls out of key termini. Very similar with what's it called now, Long Island Railroad. That's like 5 mile an hour out of all the key termini. But once we get going up towards Glendale, we will be able to get up to full line speed of 79 mile an hour, and we'll have a good old listen to this unit. So let's get going, shall we? Right, here we can get up to 25 mile an hour, and I must admit this is a very nice looking loco, innit? It looks very nice. I don't know much about American locos. All I know is that they're massive and they're loud, and obviously if you press the horn on them it sets a bell off. But other than that, I don't know much about American locos. So this looks very nice, and it certainly looks quite what's the word, beefy. Looks like a very strong loco. Right, we've just gone past the 25 sign, so let's get up to 25. Let's apply some more power, shall we? Let's go. Come on F59, you've got it. This is quite an old loco, isn't it? Obviously they've been retired now, but this is very old school, isn't it, in the grand scheme of things? Here we go up to 25. It sounds fantastic. If you're interested in the San Bernardino line, by the way, that heads off that way and then crosses the river down there. Oh no, I tell a lie, I think it goes that way. I think it goes across that bridge and then crosses further down there. It goes up that way somewhere, I think. Anyway, we'll have a look. It's a very cool shot that way. You've got LA Union in the background. Very cool. Very cool. It's a place I've contemplated going to, is LA. Has anyone ever been? Let me know your stories in the comments. Have you ever been to LA? Do you live in LA? Let me know. Let me know. And what do you think of all the Metrolink stuff? Right, then we can get up to 50, so I'll full beans it and let you have a proper listen to this. I'll go right next to it. Oh, it sounds beefy. It sounds nice. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Oof. Very nice. Beefy. Let's get a little flyby shot, shall we? Nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's a bit more old school. I quite like it. Like the F125s are brand new. The MP36s are kind of like an intermediate. This is giving me vibes of like a proper old school like diesel. I like it a lot. Here we go. We're going past the Metrolink EMF, I think this is, on the left hand side here. I think that's what they call it anyway. Quite a few depot moves here. So if you like your depot moves and all that sort of like role playing as a train driver where you can bring a train into service and then do a service and whatever else, you can do that in this because there's quite a lot of stuff going on in and around the depot. Right, then we can get up to 60 mile an hour. Let's go. 2 miles out of Glendale, and I must admit, I know that we're not reviewing the routes, but the routes like Antelope Valley and San Bernardino are really nice looking. I know that we're in the middle of the desert, but like the scenery on this is absolutely fantastic. It seems very alive, considering that we're pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, I know that we're in the outskirts of LA and it's, you know, metropolis and whatever else, but once you do head out in towards them, into the mountains, it is really, really scenic, and it's just beautiful how they've made it. I'm a big fan. Anyway, we are very quickly getting to Glendale, and I tell you what, I've enjoyed this. Also, like the internal cab sounds are quite cool. It's like it's muffled quite well. Obviously, you can still hear the beefy motors, but like it's quite a nice sound inside the cab. Anyway, let's think about slowing down for Glendale, because we're about a mile away. So let's get some brakes in. Let's see how well the F59 brakes. Right, we're down to 900 yards, so let's do minimum brakes at 45 mile an hour. I think that should be fine. That should be absolutely fine. We should be very safe with that. Right then, here's Glendale, and we're slowing down decently here. Let's maybe put a bit more brakes in, because we are quite a heavy train, probably a fair few hundred tons. So let's keep slowing down there. Go down to about 70% maybe. Yeah, okay. Maybe a few more beans. A few more brakes even. Do you know what? That's alright actually. That's not too bad. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Hold on, can we get it perfect? 20 yards out. Absolutely not a problem. The brakes sound cool as well. Right, let's get the doors unlocked. And that was the F59 on the Antelope Valley. So, what I'll do is I'll jump into the San Bernardino line very briefly, and we'll have a little look at this unit on that route as well. So, I'll see you in the San Bernardino line. Right, here we go. I've jumped into the San Bernardino line and we're in SB 306, LA Union to San Bernardino Downtown Part 2. So I'm starting here at Pomona North. So let's get ourselves set up all again. Let's do all that again, just recap it all, put that into there, unlock the doors, put that into minimum. Cool. So it's all kind of relatively easy to set up. Put that into bright and then that's all on. That's all fine. There we go. So this is Pomona. So yeah, we're pretty much all ready to go. We'll be calling that a couple of stations because these stations are a bit closer along the middle of the route. So we're going to be calling that Claremont and Montclair on this run, about 10 minutes, and we should be able to fully reach 79 mile an hour. So you'll be able to listen to the wonderful F59 at full speed. Well, I say full speed at the full line speed. So let's get the doors locked and get ready to go, shall we? Right, let's get going. Let's full beans. Cool. I'll let you listen to it departing. I'll be quiet. I'll let you listen to it. So let's get going. Oh, it looks like a monster, doesn't it? Right, I'll be quiet. Doesn't that sound nice? That sounds absolutely beautiful. Right, we're 2.1 miles out of Claremont and we're going to get up to full beans. So as we approach 70 mile an hour, or 79 mile an hour even, I'll check back in with you and we'll have a little listen to what it sounds like. Right here, we can get up to 79 mile an hour now, and tell you what, this thing done half shift. Look at it go. Honestly, full beans, we're getting a shift on here. This is a proper beefy little unit, this. Also a cool little thing to note here is the range of coaches. Obviously, if you get the San Bernardino line, you get the old school and the new school. So is that the new school? And I believe that's the old school. So with this version, this Loco even, which is a bit old school, with the old school coaches, it's very cool. You've got all sorts of different rolling stock for the Metrolink services, so it's cool. Right, we're almost at 79. We're at 52 now, so let's keep going. Right, it's a shame because I've got to slow down now, but we almost got to 79. We will do it. We will do it at some point, even if we have to speed. So let's get slowed down for Claremont because we don't want to skip any stations. So let's slow right down and then load up some passengers. But I must admit the internals are pretty cool. Once we get up to speed, it sounds like certain things are like rattling a bit, which I would imagine would be sort of prototypical because these units are old, so things are probably falling off and whatever else. So the sounds are very nice. I can't really say whether they're right or not because I don't know, but to me they sound pretty decent. Right then, 50% brakes. Will we stop in time? That's the question. It seems to brake all right, this thing. Obviously we've got a lot of wagons behind us, so it's going to be a bit of a heavier train. But here we go, Claremont. In just a couple hundred yards time, so maybe we can release the brakes now actually. Just a bit of minimum, yeah, that should be fine. That should be jobs are good one. Here it is, the F59. Right, let's get full brakes. Yeah, bit of brake squeal in there. Very nice. I tell you what though, it's a bit scary, isn't it? When you're stood on these platforms and you see this beast coming towards you, it's a bit scary. So the only thing with Train Sim World is obviously that you can't really understand how big these units are. Obviously, you've got an NPC there, which is probably taller than what I would be. I'm only 5'9", so you know you compare the NPCs to the trains themselves, and they look massive. But you really do get a sense of scale when you spawn in like a 350 or a Pendolino or whatever, because even they're pretty big trains, and then these are just giants compared to them. It's pretty nuts. Tell you what, we've got 30 seconds. Let's have a little look outside the front. We can open this door to get out. How do we get out here? We can go through here. Okay, cool. Like that. That is massive. Do you know what I mean? It's a beefy Loco, and a lot of American trains are. So anyway, let's jump back in because we need to go in 30 seconds. Shut that door. We need to shut this one too. Where's the door for this one? Where's the door? That's there. Right, shut that door. Get in there. lock the doors, release the brakes, and apply some power. Let's get going. I know the doors aren't fully shut yet, but it's okay. Whilst we apply some power, they'll lock. Right, let's go. Let's go. Right, here we go. Let's go. 1.2 miles to Montclair. So we're going to get to 79. Right, we're just going to go as fast as we can. Right then, here we go. Here we go. We're going to try and get up to 79. We won't be able to get that quick, just because obviously Montclair's in a mile's time. But you know, it's a bit of a, what's the word? Trying to get this up to 79. It will do it, but we're just seemingly not being able to do it today because obviously we're on some shorter runs. But if you want to see this in a stream and it doing full speeds and stuff like that, feel free to come and check them out. Well, let's take the beans off and let's get slowed down for Montclair. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go as far as Upland, just so we can get this wonderful F59 up to full speed, or at least up to about 70 mile an hour, because obviously, you know, we want to listen to what it sounds like at its full speed, full potential, it's full throttle. Anyway, let's get slowed down for Montclair. Let's get some 50% brakes in, shall we? Right then, here we go. We're approaching into Montclair station. We've got to call it a monument here. I've never noticed that before. That's quite cool. Right, let's get slowed down. Gently does it. Some gentle stopping. I tell you what, this is actually quite fun to drive. It's also quite simple to drive, and I like that. I say simple, you know, it's something I can get my head around. So let's slow right down there. That will be a good stop. Cool. Nice. There we go. This is Montclair. Let's get the doors unlocked and get some passengers loaded up. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying in the Antelope Valley section, we're not here to review the routes, but this looks stunning. Look, it's more built up than Antelope Valley, but, you know, the mountains in the distance and whatever else, it's just beautifully made. Anyway, let's get the brakes released. In fact, no, let's not fully release them because we're going downhill. We'll start rolling backwards. So let's get the doors locked. Let's get some power in, and let's get going to Upland and try and get as fast as we can. Shall we do it? Let's go. Right, let's let the brakes release. Let's full beans it. Full beans. Off we go. Off we go. We're moving. We're going. Right, 2.8 miles. That should be plenty of time to get up to 79. If not, at least 60. So let's get going. Let's have a little look at it going away. Some nice horns in there. Couple of tones. Lovely stuff. Off it goes. Off it goes. Right, here we go. We're up to 50 mile an hour now. So I think we're going to do it. We're going to get to at least 60, if not 70. Hopefully 80. Right, so this is what I mean. Once you're kind of up to speed, things start sounding like they're rattling a little bit, like there's something's loose and stuff in the cab, which obviously is quite a cool little sound. It's just like, it makes it sound old, which it is. Very cool. Right, here we go. Full line speed, pretty much 75 mile an hour. I'll need to start slowing down. There you go. That's what it sounds like. Hold on, let's do full beans. Full beans. Sounds very, very nice. Right, let's slow down. Let's put some brakes in. Full service. Will it slow down in time? But that's what it's like at full speed. It's pretty beefy. I like it. I tell you something, the brakes are good on this. We're about 500 yards out and we're down to 35. So we could have just kept going maybe for a couple of more yards, but I didn't want to break it. Not today. Not today. Right then, here we go. We're approaching into Upland Station. Let's slow down. 35% brakes, that should be absolutely fine. That'll probably be too much brakes. In fact, no, we'll go to 50% brakes. There we go. Nice gentle stop into Upland. We don't want to hurt the passengers, do we? No, we don't want anyone spilling their coffees and stuff. Right, that's a decent stop, you know. I'm going to take that. That is a decent stop. A very good stop in my standards. Nice. There we go, and let's unlock the doors. Lovely stuff. And that was the first look at the F59PHR. I really enjoyed that. Right, now that we've made it safely here to Upland Station, that was the first look at the Metrolink F59PHR Loco add-on. I quite like it. It's really cool to add another Metrolink Loco to the roster. And yeah, it's nice, it's beefy, it's well modelled, it sounds very nice as well. Obviously, like I said, they went out and recorded this, so the sounds are pretty much spot on. And of course, another thing to mention is that these are a piece of history now, so obviously the F59s are being slowly retired. So if you want to, you know, run a service or run on a route where the F59s rule the line, you can do that with this Loco add-on. But yeah, with all that said and done, now that we're here at Upland, I'm going to leave that video there. Thank you all very much for watching this video. I've been Richie, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye-bye.